Oh, alright. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings and welcome in, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things, and welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't know if it's just on my end with monitoring, or if it's on stream as well, if the audio is a little bit buggy there. But if you heard no issues, then I suppose there's no issues. So, here we are. It has been Thursday. And we are going to be doing some work on Sishian's model today. I was doing a bit of ghost busting with things going sideways technology-wise again this day. So I didn't 100% manage to figure things out, but the main thing is that we got through to this point, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, here we are. Alex, hello, hello, welcome in, good to see you, good to see ya. How goes? Ah, goes alright? That's good, that's good. Alright is not bad. So, maybe you've noticed it, maybe you haven't, but, it's looking a little bit fuller in here again. I, moved some stuff off of my desk onto the shelf over there. So I've got some of my art reference books there on that little bookshelf, my turtle plushie, my Vil statuette thing, my Vil standee. Those all ended up on the shelf just now. So, yay, the room is starting to fill up. I'm trying. I'm trying. But yes. Today we're going to be continuing work on Sishian's rig, so let us dive right into that, I think. Let us do just so. Yes. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to be over here. Like so, because otherwise I'm in the way for this. So that you guys are aware of where we're at in the process. This is pretty much where we left off on the rig last time. We've managed to get the head turns functional, and we have the eyes fully functional, the nose moves the way that we wanted to move, and the mouth is mostly set up. There are still a couple of V-Bridger parameters that are not 100% set up yet, but I will get there still. For today, what the plan is to get the ears functional, and from there we're also going to look at starting to apply hair as well. So I have still got a bunch of rendering to do on hair pieces, because there are some pieces that I'm not 100% happy with yet, and there are still pieces that are missing after they unfortunately got lost to a file corruption. So I'm still busy doing repairs to that. But yes, that is what we are going to be working with. We're going to start with the ear, because I have no idea how long it's going to take me. But before I go anywhere, the first thing I need to do is open up my spreadsheet and get my timer, which is a separate timer from our art timers, because it's my stopwatch for knowing how long I'm spending working on things. I need to actively remember to have that open. So let me just pull that up. Alright, it's over here. I'm just going to put it over here so that I can actually see. So this is just my time log for everything. And we're going to be starting with the animal cult behavior over here. Okay, so first things first, go to my timer, my stopwatch. Have that at the ready. Okay, so yeah, we're going to first do behavior and then we're going to map movement. So where we last ended off, I believe I had just put everything in their appropriate meshes. Yes, that's what I had done. Okay, so let's get cracking. Let's see. The first thing that we're gonna have is the let me just move this in here so that we can see. This is going to be here. Oh. Open. Create. And we're just going to not do that. Okay. So this, the ear open is going to be on the smile parameter. And this is the starboard eye. Right? Yes, so it's going to be the starboard ear. Which is right. So that's going to be linked to that parameter. So when smile is active, the ear opens forward a little bit. Now what I need to do is not have this. Warp that way so much. I need another control point here. So I'm gonna clear that. What I need is I need 3 by 2. No, 2 by 3. That's what I need. Okay. Now we try that again. Here. Really? Now what I do want to do is I want to make that vertically 20. No, that one can stay on 10. That one needs to be 20. Hear it? Try that again. Just get our basic placements right first. And then we can do something about our curvature. There we go. Now let's just see. This needs to not reach there. Okay. Now I need to move this. To the other one. Ears go big. Yes, they are opening up while our friend is smiling. That way it gives the sense that the ear's open to pay attention when there's something to smile about. All right, and then the next thing that we need to do is take the ear front fluff, and we also need to apply that to the same thing. So this is going to be ear front fluff open, uh, 10 by 20, create. Also on this parameter. But here what we're going to do is adjust how it lies when the ear is closed. There we go. So that behaves the way that I want it to. Nice. the next thing that we need to do is we need to change our angle. Or no. The next thing that we need is to take these and put them in a collection, and this is going to be ear is X, create, and add a physics parameter. This is going to be is X, paste, -1 to 1, okay, and edit, make it a blend shape because I forgot to check the box, okay, +3. Now when the head moves, such that the ears need to have a little bit of delayed movement as well. You know what? Over here. Copy. Paste that information. There we go. So now the root stays put. And over here. Ctrl-Shift-V to paste. And there that stays put. So now we've got some side wiggle. And then what we need to do is we need to take that and go copy, paste, rename this one to if is Y. Create another parameter. Here is Y. Paste. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Change. Come on, where's it? Should be on the list. Okay. That's why it was not on the list, because it wasn't a blend shape. All right. Now we take that and nest it inside of this one. There we go. And now we go and doubly check that everything is still working. This X works. This Y works. Okay. Now what we do is we go to our physics settings and we go add X, add an input which is going to be angle X, and position X. Are we going to add position X? I don't think so. Cancel. We only need an angle. Effective 100. There we go. Add a single line on the pendulum. Output settings. Add. Go to our physics group. Here's phys X. Okay. Increase output. Yes. I don't want it to shake that much. Let's go 0.87. I want it to be a little bit stiffer. And a little bit slower. Let's make that 15. Okay. Now we're going to duplicate this one and call it ear Y. And here what we're going to do is pick output is Y, input, angle Y. Increase to match. All right, that should do the trick. And posing test. All right, that looks decidedly in line with what I was hoping for. Now what I need to do is actually on the ear X also include the rotation. So on our rotation, here what we're going to do is we're going to go angle Z, make it 100 here. So that the head angle like that also has an effect on it. Okay, so as far as the static parts of the movement go, we're pretty much there for the ear. So the next thing that we need to do is actually handle the up and down movement, which is going to be associated with our brow down movement. So we're going to grab that. Then this is the one we're looking for, yes. We are going to okay, that is our hydrate timer. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages and let's take a sip. What's everyone having? I'm on water today. Dr. Pepper again. Oh dear. If you're enjoying it, that's, I suppose, all that matters. It is Diet Dr. Pepper, so it's better than the original, I suppose. Okay, so that's working there. What I do want to do, however, is over here as well. To also open the ear up a little bit. Ooh. Oh dear. I might need to... I might need to make the smile parameter a blend shape too. Okay. Undo. 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 Come over here. select everything. Come over here, copy, come over here, empty, edit parameter, check blend shape, okay. Come over here, paste, please take. It took, yay. Ooh. Now what I want to do is grab these two and just go copy, paste, so that it doesn't open quite so much, only on the smile. Copy, paste. Here what I need to do is clear it and reset. Copy. Here. Paste. So that when they merge, things work a bit better. Now what's happening here is that this one is actually not moving. Between the open and closed states. Why? Here I need to go modeling, edit form, revert to original, I believe. That looks about right there. I think I need to adjust its angle and bend. Once the smile mode. Okay, And then this needs a correction. Needs a correction. Okay, so we're going to add. Here. Let's just call this a correction. Create. Okay, that is almost. Nope. Okay, this is not working. Okay, but that does. Okay, this is an impossible combination in practice, but it works, so I'm not going to mess with it. Okay. So here, if we now put this into posing mode and check, that is working. Okay, so the next thing that we need to look at is going to be our positioning. So let me just reset to defaults. Okay. And that we're going to make that 20 by 20 just for safety. And we're going to apply this to movements. So, first things, headaches. Actually, no. Gonna have very, very, very minimal behavior here. All right. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to actually go and drill into the different pieces so that the perspective and such looks. Toaster, hello, hello, from one avatar to the other. Hi there, welcome in. Good to see you, Toaster. How are you doing? How are you doing? Save, thank you. Thank you. Let's do just that. And I need to actually hit my stop button because we are now no longer on animal ear behavior and back onto head turns. So I need to reflect that. That was 36 minutes. So here we take our animal part behavior, punch in 36, and now reset our timer because we're now working on head turns. And you know what we forgot to do while I was looking at counting things? We forgot to reset our timer. There we go. I can only do so much at the moment, but I had to say hello. Thank you for stopping by to say hello despite all of the madness. I really, really appreciate it. Even just stopping over to say hi means the world, so I really appreciate it, guys. Alright. So the next thing we need to fix is going to be our head turns. Let me just hit the play button on that. I just want to check now. I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'm not going to put that on here because I feel like that's a nope. I feel like that's a solid nope. What I am going to do is I'm going to take this... Is this ear front attached to anything? Physics-wise? Movement-wise? No. Okay, so this is going to be head XY. Okay? Okay, so first things first, we're going to grab this. We're going to go to our X angle. Move this across. And like that. And like that. Something like that. Okay. That works for the front. Return to center. 0. There we go. And on the y-axis. Let's just pull that down. And pull that up. And like there. It looks like it's coming along well. Thank you. Yes, we are getting back into the swing of things finally. Pretty much all of March disappeared underneath me with chaos happening in the real world. So a lot of time has been unfortunately lost again. So not a lot has actually happened since the last time we worked on this on whether it was on stream or in the Discord. I can't remember which. Probably in the Discord. But we are slowly but certainly getting places here. Now what I need to do is I'm scared of synthesizing corners, but let's see what happens. Yeah, split the difference. Okay, then down here. Okay, that at least works. Bottom half seems to be more or less agreeable. Let's just check how that works over here. Alright, I'm happy with that front section. Now we need to get the back to match. So first things first. Pull that in there. Make that a 20. Slide that forward. And slide that backward. Okay, that's that rotation. Now if we go like that, it still behaves. We go like that. It's fiddly. So here, this needs to not be that. Okay. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Return to center there. Yeah. Apply a slant. And squish. Okay, that works. And now we get these to fit. So that's just going to be a squish. That's going to be copy, paste, and squish. Paste. Slight squish. And slide across. Copy, paste, squish, angle. Okay, we're almost there on the head turns on the ears. I'm pretty happy with that. It's just enough bounce to look rigged, but not so much that it looks like fake jelly beans for ears. No, jelly beans are less bouncy than that. We don't want them to be too flopsy because then they don't behave like actual ears. Actual ears are less flopsy than that. Okay. Then here. It's gonna come in like that. And that's gonna come way back there. Good. And on Y, that's gonna come way down like that. There we go. Let's just make sure this is making a little bit of sense, even though it's not actually in range, just so that when we're in this sort of position and we go through, that it still behaves in a way that makes sense. Yes. Okay. Now on this side. There we go. That's that tuft sorted. Now we need this one. Okay. That works. To move well that way. And like that. And that. And that. And that. Right. So now we should have all of our movements for this ear. I'm happy that that looks quite three-dimensional. Okay, and that is 21 minutes on head turns. So, where's head turns? 503 plus 21 is 524. That's how many minutes I've spent on head turns. That's ridiculous, but it's fine. Okay, save button. Save. Hooey. So the next thing that we need to do is grab a lot of it. Copy. And paste. Modeling, edit form, flip, edX and physics, okay. test. So we're mostly there except for one little thing, and that is that the side that goes away from us needs to shrink a little bit for perspective, and the side that comes towards us needs to grow a little bit for perspective. And also they're clipping into each other, which we don't want. We want to see a bit of a line art between them when they overlap slightly. So we're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. Also, that is a hydrate. So everyone, let's acquire our nearest safe for consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. Okay. So, I'm going to delete that because it's not ready yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go create a rotation deformer, and this is gonna be as a child of the parent deformer, yes. This is gonna be scale X, scale and draw order, right? Put this over here because that's basically the root of the ear. Drop those in there. Then on the head X, here we need to make it a little bigger. Here, make it a bit smaller. Perspective. Flip back a little bit and smaller still. Okay, now let's just have a look, see what is happening here. If the face is on draw order, the 500, this we're going to want to be on a draw order of let's start by putting it on no, can't do draw order on that. Okay, so let's go select child objects, and then first thing what I need to do is I need to go and do a subfolder here, which is going to be deformers. Okay, and just drop everything that's a deformer into that little group so that I can actually see what I'm working with. Okay, now for the rest of this, your draw order is going to be 490. And you, your draw order is going to be 480. For now, as a start. Okay? So the ears are automatically always going to be behind the face layers, as they should be. Alright, so there, they're going to be on 490, and there, they're going to be 489, 489, okay. So now if we go select child objects for the ears, grab the lot of it, copy, reset to default values, and paste, and modeling, edit form, and flip, and X is physics, okay. We should now have a little bit more appropriate behavior. So now let's check. So now we've got our tufts overlapping and not flipping into one another, which is what we need. So a lot of these expressions that we're seeing now in this preview are not actually going to be physically possible, I don't think. Because it goes to the combinations of parameters that would not exist in the real world. Okay, so when our ears open up and the head is in the upward position, we have got a couple of little bugs with gaps. and I'm not happy with the position. Over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also put this on the head Y parameter and just pull that down. There we go. And get rid of that. Select child objects. Copy. Paste. And I forgot to restart my timer. I forgot to restart both of my timers. Okay, so I will need to double check how long that has been. But let's just do this real quick. Next hydrate in process. I didn't take a time check when I hit the last save button. Let me make a note to double check that after stream. I'll go back to the VOD while it's all processing and just double check how many minutes I spent here. Because this is also part of head turns. Where is a notebook? All the way over yonder. I really need to rearrange my desk. I am missing. I have got a very, very, very severe lack of surface area on my desk. Okay, so check rod, ears, head, turn, duration. Work between save and final flip on second. Yeah. At 1 hour 25-ish. Okay. Put that on top of the inverter because that's not going to be a bad idea at all. Okay. And we taste. Okay. I'm happy with that. Until further notice, I am happy with those ears. Okay, now what I need to do is I want to return to zeros here. And I just want to see. There. That works. Ooh. Why have I got an error with an eyebrow? Why have I got an error with an eyebrow that's floating? Seems to be going very well. Yay! Yes, now I just need to find out if that gap is something that I've got on both sides. That gap between the eyebrow and the skin there. Yes, it is something that I've got going on both sides. Let's just reset to default values. Okay, and over here. Switch that off. Nope, don't do that. Why did you do that? Hey, what nonsense are you pulling now? Excuse you. Ah, here's the one. So this one needs to go onto that parameter. First, make sure both of them are on 0. And adjust that up and smooth that out. Okay. That is going to do the trick there. Okay. Save. was that number? It was 25. And it is now 31, so that's 6 minutes. And that is going to be on... here, I think. Okay. So, until further notice, I am happy with the ears. So now we need to pour in our next pieces. Let me just check over here. This is in fact saved. Okay. So now we pull this in. Add all layers as new art mesh. Okay. So this is going to be the beginning of the hair rig. And we are going to start the timer, and this is going to go into setups and meshing. So let's go here first. Hide port. And let's go manual mesh edit. Be gone with that. That can be like maybe, yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Confirm that. Okay, so that's that piece. Next. What we're going to do is we're going to just connect that. Hopefully this is going to be enough in terms of density. Come on. I don't think it will be. Okay, let's do this. Repeat density 10. Okay. Surprise, surprise. I lost track of time while rigging again. Are we surprised by this? No, we're not surprised by this. So it is actually quite close to the point of the day where I need to start winding down. Because otherwise I'm not going to be able to function, do what I need to do in the early parts of tomorrow morning. And that would be bad. Very, very bad. So I'm gonna try and just finish meshing out this one piece. And then we are going to call it a day. Okay, now I need to get a line from here way down. Almost there. Okay, there we go. That's the first piece meshed. And the last thing that we are working on tonight. Okay, that's 13 minutes. Going on to setups. It's going to be 8:04. Wait. There we go. Save. All right. What I do want to do is take all of these and as a first order of business just drop them into our base rotation. There we go. And what I want to do is I just want to see starting to get a sense for what's going on here. Okay. I will continue this another time. When it comes to the hair rigging and stuff, I think I can work on that on stream, so maybe that is something we'll do more of next week as well. But yeah, we made progress. I think we made progress. So what I want to do is I want to just move that up there. Are these both empty? Yes. Just want to do cleanups to our filing here real quick. I'm 90% sure this is an issue with my mouse. Because I should be able to just shift select. And yet, here I am, having to do this one at a time. Delete that group. Put that in there. Delete. Okay. Save. And texture atlas. Yes, we are not going to be using those. All right. Place selected objects on texture atlas, automatic layout. Okay. That one I think I can now get rid of. Delete. Yes. Delete. Yes. Save. Just making sure that everything is all put together. Okay. Sorted. Sorted, sorted. And now, finally, save button. And let's head back over here and be done with it. Why have I got a shadow? Why have I got a drop shadow? I'm not supposed to have a drop shadow, but okay. I don't know what happened there, but okay. I will check my VTube Studio settings. Weird. But there we go. We have made progress. It was subtle progress, but it was progress. We've got ears now, which honestly for 2 hours work is not bad. Honestly, for 2 hours work, I'm not perturbed about that, especially considering. There we go. There's our hydrate timer. Especially considering that it is not basic ears. I decided to make them as 3D as I could. So yeah. Let me just quickly punch that 4 minutes into my setups and optimizations. That's going to put us at 795. No. 809. This isn't even associated with a model. What does that number even exist there for? Okay, save on my spreadsheet for my time logging. So, we have spent, not including drawing time, I can't remember what this FBFP stands for. I'll need to remind myself what that stands for. Oh, full body, full proportion. That's what it stands for. So, not including art time at this point, we have spent, not including drawing, we have spent 28 hours on Sishian's rig. We've spent 28 hours on Sishian's model. It's crazy. Just a little crazy. But we're getting places. So, yay. But folks, thank you for today. I appreciate it. I know it was a little bit more of a focusing day. I hope that the audio was okay. I know on my side monitoring, the music did chop off suddenly on a periodic basis, and I don't know why. And if that carried through into stream, I apologize. According to what I could see on the output, it says that it was going through. So when I check the VOD for the times just now, then I will also see if I can confirm whether or not there were breaks in the sound as well, so that I can see if I can figure out what the fix is for that. I thought I'd fixed it yesterday, but apparently I had not. There's always another thing. Yeah. Anyway, rest well everyone, it was good to have you here. And we shall resume with more things. Let me just see. What is happening here? Yes. Tomorrow and Saturday I'm going to be head down with preparations for IRL things. And the IRL things themselves, but from Saturday afternoon going into Sunday I should be able to continue with offline work on things as well, so we will do what we can to catch up with all of the things as soon as possible. I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time working on Krahazik and Bread's character design things that they have submitted, so that I can get those through the pipeline. So chances are I'm not going to be sitting in the VC while I iterate on those. But when I'm doing things like continuing work on Sishian's art layers, and when I finally get to the assembly on Zani's model, the reference sheet, then I'll be able to work on those things both on stream and in the Discord PCs. So we'll see how things pan out. Yay! But alright, thank you guys. I shall see you probably all on Monday. So until then, thank you for being here. I hope you guys have had a good day and be productive. Hope you have a good weekend. And I'll see you soon. Until next time, everyone. Cheery bye.